Game. Valhalla. Yeah. Be kinder to Red Shiba. Questionable. I'm not sure how much kindness Rad Shiba deserves. I mean, a minimum level, because he's a dog. But... but thank you for the bits, Devanok. Much appreciated. Alright. Where were we? Middle of day 14. Lamenting the fact that we have no money. And, just trying to make ends meet, as it were. What happened most recently? Like, Virgilio is actually a legit person, and he's just putting up a front of being a doofus? And there was a Christmas party, and everybody got together, and I kind of hung out with, Dorothy for a little bit, and then bailed? I don't know. Stuff's been happening. Stuff will continue to be happening. I think that's the general theme of this game, is stuff happens, and then more stuff happens. So, that's something we're just gonna have to get used to, I guess. In the meantime, let's do the things. You haven't watched any of the previous streams? Oh man, you've been missing out. There's been a hell of a lot of this game. It's been pretty good. It's been a good ride. Sure, you won't have any questions at all. Yeah, that sounds about right. Things are pretty quiet outside. Time to set music. I think I just leave the music. I don't have any particular opinions about the music anymore. I think I finally arrived at a playlist. I'm pretty happy with it. Jill! Oh, it's Kim! Kim is the intern at the Augmented Eye. Except not, because she got fired. Because she had opinions? I think she got fired for trying to be a journalist. As opposed to writing clickbait. Which, you know, like everything else in this game, is just a little too real. Miss Kim. Just call me Kim. It sounds weird to be called Miss. You seem to be in a good mood. I got some money on Mega Christmas. Wouldn't you be happy? I guess. What can I get you? I'll have a beer. Oh, do I remember how to make a beer? I think I remember how to make a beer. I think it's 1 Adelhyde, 2 Bronson Extract, 1 Powdered Delta, 2 Flannerguide, and 4 Karmatrine. Which can then be mixed and delivered. The one thing I have memorized. The one drink I know how to make. Beer. Nothing else. Just beer. Have a beer, Kim. Here. Thanks. So how have you been doing? Pretty good, actually. My hair stopped falling out. My appetite is coming back. Were these concerns? I hadn't realized just how much the newspaper was weighing on me until I quit. You mix a beer cocktail? It turns out. I mean, not like any of these things are, liqueur or anything. It's not like I'm mixing drinks in the classical way. I'm just throwing ingredients together until it tastes like a thing. Yeah, it's a different world out here. Also, it's not a beer cocktail. It is a capital B beer, alright? Stuff is branded. I suddenly stopped feeling defeated. I actually felt like I achieved a victory. By getting laid off? That makes sense. Like I got a hold of my own life. Ah, yes, you can finally make decisions for yourself. Congratulations, Kim. So nice to hear. Oh yeah, I'll start bartender training in January, too. Excuse me, that's my shtick. You can't copy me. Huh, really? Yeah, I did some research and it sounded cool. BTC gives you many benefits, so it sounds like a good thing to do for the time being. I don't know if it's what I want to do for the rest of my life, but it's a good start. It'll give me time to think on the next course of action. A bit of advice. Don't go for BTC housing plans unless you absolutely have to. Yeah, that's not working out too well for me either. You have to sign a contract for at least 5 years of service, with a cut in pay and tips. I was gonna go for that one, but I backed down a bit at the last minute. Oh, I don't have a BTC house. I guess that's why I have to have $10,000 or whatever the hell in 3 days in order to not get evicted. It doesn't sound like that's gonna work out too well for me either. How do you back down a bit? Well, I took the chance when the BTC found me an apartment. And instead of signing the BTC contract, I just asked for a regular one. I still have no idea how I got away with that one. I thought those apartments were built by them or something. Back in England, they are. They have their own real estate companies, apartment complexes where they have the means to give discounted rooms to employees. But in this city, Realty Nua holds an unspoken real estate monopoly. That's on brand for this dystopic world. So BTC can't easily offer such promises. Oh. Realty Nua is a bit weird as far as companies go. Their name has become synonymous with quality, a brand built around certain expectations. But the truth is that Realty Nua has done little to no work in the last 10 years or so. Ah, they're landlords. Really? I mean, when they started, they managed to sell and build upon plots of land that everyone gave up on. They became a big name as far as real estate goes. But in reality, the company itself has actually done less than you'd think over the years. Most of the time, they're cashing in on their established properties or letting others work with them. I believe in the last 10 years or so, they've only started around 3 or 4 new projects, and they're all expansions of their already established ones. You seem to know a lot about it. Nah, I've just read a lot about it over time. Especially after hearing my landlord ramble about them. Oh, they're a layer above landlords. Sweet gig if you can get it. It's interesting, I've disabled screenshots within Steam, but somehow Valhalla has its own keybind to do a Steam screenshot, and I don't know how to change it, and it's weird. I think it's all par for the course for real estate companies, really. That's about right. But it's true that when you hear a name so much, you expect something, I don't know, different. But enough rambling on my side. You must be thirsty. Can I get you anything else? Let's try a Sugar Rush. Oh, maybe I know what this one is. Sugar Rush might be the other one that I know. Let's see if this is a Sugar Rush. It's not. Alright, what is a Sugar Rush? How do I mix this drink? Oh, that's entirely different from the thing I thought it was. It's 2 Adelhyde, 1 powdered Delta, and some amount of Karmatrine. I'm gonna go with no Karmatrine, because when this girl gets drunk, she's scary. Here you go. Yay! Actually, Jill, I came here today to thank you. Me? Yeah, back when I first showed up here, I was in a really rough spot. She was, actually. She was unconscious, weirdly enough. I don't remember why. I'm not sure if we even know why she was unconscious. But she woke up in the middle of our bar with no idea of how she got here and freaked out for a bit. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. I was shocked. I was tired. I was a total mess. All 100% accurate. I even said some really mean things, but you had patience with me. Yes, you did. Not to mention you helped me cool down and your boss saved me. What did my boss save you from? And I don't know. I felt like I had to tell you all that before the year ended. Sure. The year ending is a big deal. That's a landmark. That might matter to some people. Much appreciated. Thanks. But anyway, how are you doing? Last time you were a bit off. Huh. Last time I was mourning someone that I didn't realize I was never going to have the chance to talk to again. I'm better now. Thanks a lot. Glad to hear. It was weird to see you like that. The second time you've ever seen me in my life. Like you know me. Alright, you can pretend you know me. I guess it's fine. Pretend we're friends. It always felt like you were putting up a cool bartender act. It did? You don't? Nope, I am just naturally this disaffected. I don't. Are you sure? Yeah, that's a good question to ask. What you saw as a cool bartender act is what everyone else has described as being cold. I mean, cold and cool do mean the same, but nah, I don't try to put up that act. Sorry to disillusion you. I'm too much of a mess to do such a thing. Huh. Disappointed? Surprised, actually. What led me to believe that you were putting on an act? And more importantly, how can I make use of it when I get assigned to a bar? I must investigate further. Is this your way of asking to be friends with me? Because you could be a bit more direct. Good luck with that. Say, let's try something bubbly now. Alright, let's get a bubbly drink. There are drinks that are bubbly. There's beer, frothy water, cobalt velvet, and fringe weaver. We need to get her whichever is the most expensive, because we need rent money. Cobalt velvet is $2.80. Alright, cobalt velvet it is. 2 Adelhyde, 3 Flanner Guide, and 5 Carbotrine. On the rocks and mixed. Get ready to get wasted, lady. Here. Thanks. Hey, Jill. I'm gonna need some ice. Ah, boss. Boss? Ah, I know you. Thank you! Thank you! Hey, nice to see you're fine. I'm more than fine. I'm alive! I'm here! I avoided my biggest mistake in life thanks to your timely intervention. God, what even happened? I don't even remember what happened. I don't know what came over me. I just felt like everything was shouting. Oh, maybe boss slapped her when she was completely freaking out. That might have happened. I couldn't stop the shouting, so I just felt like, thank you. Don't even mention it. I just did what I felt was right. Jill, ice, please. Right. You alright? Did you seek help? I know a couple of people that could help you. Don't worry. I'm perfectly fine. That sounds like the kind of thing a person who's perfectly fine would say. I've gone to a therapist a couple of times, but he says I'm okay. Weird. Real talk? I don't know that I trust a therapist who after a couple of sessions is just like, yeah, you're okay. No, that's wrong. Like, it feels like if a therapist is trustworthy and you're actually okay, would be able to say that to you? But I feel like there's other benefits from therapy besides, like, you have some very specific problem to work through and or you're not okay, right? Like, just in general, having an unbiased person to talk to about stuff is valuable? I feel like the therapist didn't really sell himself correctly. Well, whatever. Something overcame me, but you intervened and I don't know what to say. You already said thank you. Seeing that you're fine is more than enough for me. I should have come to thank you earlier. I owed you that at least. Don't worry. Just go out and be happy. You have a second chance, so use it as best you can. I will! I'll be leaving. Happy New Year, Jill, and thank you again. Please come again. So, a couple of weeks ago I read some news about a woman saving a suicidal girl. Catching her mid-air. Aha! Aha. Okay. Okay. Would you know something about that, boss? Maybe. Maybe not. Whoever it was probably just did it because it was the right thing to do. I'm going now. Thanks for the ice. Feeling lonely. I don't know who this is. Is this for video again? That voice. Anna. Hey, Joe. Long time no see. Who the hell is Anna? I don't even remember this girl. Have I seen her before? Do I know who she is? No. Okay, she's new. That's fine. That's fine. She's allowed to be new. Because I have no idea who she is. Really long time no see. Seriously, it feels like it's been over a year since I last saw you. I was planning on visiting you last week, but things were pretty heavy back then. So I just waited in the background until the tension wore off a bit. Earth to Joe, I'm talking to you here. If I ignore her, she'll leave. Oh! Oh! She was the girl I was, hallucinating at the very beginning of the game! Oh my god. I have no idea who she is. I really have no idea who she is. Oh no. Oh no. I completely forgot that she's the glitch. What do I even do about this? Oh god. I'm not an unfathomable sense of dread. You can't just ignore me, you know. Julianne Stingray, I'm talking to you. Calm down. Don't fall for her taunts. How did she know my full name, though? I thought your full name was Julianne Natalie Stingray. Or did you legally remove the Natalie? Never mind that. Is she reading my thoughts? Yeah, I mean, they're kind of written in the middle of the screen. What? How dare you? I was not expecting the game to get this meta. Fourth wall? What's a fourth wall? Why would you need one of those? Hard not to see them, actually. Alright, that's it. I'm going crazy. That's such a self-centered way to see the world. You assume that you're crazy because you can't accept that this world could be weirder than you think. This world is amazing because of the things you just can't explain. And just because only you experience something doesn't mean it's a lie or that you're crazy. I mean, just look at ASMR. No, I'm pretty sure that's what a crazy person would say in this scenario. You acknowledged me! Shit. That's good! I'm not serving you anything. What? Why? Last time you came, I had to clean the drinks I served you off the floor. Don't be like that. The drinks were also paid for with my money. I don't know how you did it, but that set any and all plans I had for the rest of the week off balance. Shaw! I've got a hallucinatory waifu. Maybe. I have no idea where this is going. I'm still shipping Jill with Dana. But, I mean, I guess I'm okay with the meta character existing. Thank you for the bits to save me. I was gonna buy some curry with the money I had to put up for those drinks. Dog duty done. I know we have slow days, but for God's sake. You okay? You look angry. Yes. I look like I have seen a ghost. I wonder if Anna's actually a ghost. I'm fine. Good job out there. Use the Hornet cheer because Hornet. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I mean, I'm gonna play Silk Song, so we're probably gonna get some more mileage out of that later on. And I'm back. Ah, boss. What happened? Meaning cut short. At least I drank the the bottles. You okay? You look distraught. Distraught is different from angry. I'm fine. So they really can't see you. I mean, you're right in front of them. And you're wearing jeans under a skirt. Is that weird? I feel like that's a pretty normal look. Why? Just why? To annoy people, of course. Is that a new trend? What does she think she's doing? Maybe it wasn't a trend at the time this game came out? That doesn't sound right. This game's not that old. Maybe it's just fashion of the times. Everyone feels like it's not quite right. Everyone thinks they should call you out. But they can't bring themselves to do it because it's not that wrong. There are things like spats after all. It's uncannily right, not all that wrong, and they can't stop staring. Not like anyone other than me could see it, though. They could see it if they wanted to. What does that mean? That just means I'm actually going crazy. Jill, you're making an awful lot of faces there. You okay? Yeah, just remembering stuff. Man, I miss not being crazy. Boss, I'm leaving early today. And you stay here! Who stays where? Crap, did I just flip them around? Good job, Jill. Way to not seem crazy. You have to be the first person I've met who mixes their inner and outer voice. I thought I saw one of the dogs near the counter. Sorry. Ah, okay. Can I leave a bit earlier today? Sure. Thanks for taking care of the fort. What about me? You haven't left yet. I'll thank you when you leave. That's not what I... Oh, whatever. Well, that's the end of the day. And I made a decent amount of money. But definitely nowhere near enough money to actually make my rent. Not by a long shot. 10,000 bucks in 3 more days. Unlikely. Jill just watched Night of the ID Snatchers. Nice. Buying a poster of it will prevent her from getting too distracted. There are cats in heat outside. I'd have blue balls, if I still had any. Wow. You gotta wonder, like, sentient cats being self-aware about the fact that they're neutered? Alright. You want me to buy a Night of movie poster? Don't have the Kira Mickey fan. It's odd. Movie poster! At least it's cheap. Night of the ID Snatchers, the beloved police mockumentary. Dang. Beloved, huh? Looking at the poster, Jill managed to get Gabby off her mind, even for just a little bit. Woof. Alright. What does the internet have to say? The Augmented Eye. Taylor the Brain, tired of name change requests. A couple of weeks ago, we wrote about Taylor, one of the brains from the Sola Anima project. One of the highlights from the interview that was unfortunately stripped from the finished version was a stray comment about how many people ask Taylor to change their name to Brian on a regular basis. I know people try to be funny, but I won't change my name for a punchline, Taylor told the AE team. I like the name Taylor, and there's nothing wrong with Brian. I just won't be a part of the joke. My life is worth more than that. Taylor is currently looking at their chances of becoming a senator in the upcoming electoral season. Dude, Kahlua and ice cream sounds delicious. My kind of people, Formal. Parliament discusses anime influence. We truly do live in the darkest timeline. During an unusual meeting held at Parliament today, delegates discussed the effects of anime on the population. It's nothing but filth! Trash! A representative for the Workers' Party yelled during the meeting. If I could choke every single writer and animator out there, I'd do it. I'd choke them with my own enhanced hands. Wow. Fish food. Now that is an interesting choice. I would have thought, like, vanilla ice cream? Maybe coffee ice cream? Fish food is a really complex set of flavors. To add something like Kahlua to it. I feel like fish food flavoring maybe on top of, like, Godiva or vodka? Just like regular vodka? Maybe like vanilla vodka or something. Like there's a lot of ice cream in that ice cream. The only bad experience has been vodka. My bad experiences have been tequila. I feel like everybody has their one liqueur. Yours could be vodka, that's fine. I think they would ban it if it wasn't bringing so much money into the local market, Yama K, a producer, told the Augmented Eye during a phone interview. I do agree that anime is trash, but I'll save the genre. You can trust me. Well, that's on brand. Even the anime fans agree that anime is trash. Biker gang arrested after vandalism during protests. The members of one of the largest biker gangs in the Motor City sector were arrested after the group's leader and her entourage were found at the site of a protest last Friday. Their leader, commonly known in the streets as Christine Love, oh, I follow her on Twitter, declared to the press that they were unjustly arrested, and that her gang was only there to defend protesters from the White Knights. They're afraid of us. They know they can't take us down in the streets, so they use protesters as a shield, and we had no option but to surrender in the sheets, Love told AE during a phone conversation. They're currently detained and waiting for trial. The formal charges are unknown so far. Fascinating. What does Danger U have to say for themselves? Yuri Yuri, new season. It's finally here. Can't believe I'm alive for this day. Thank you, based God. All boards report in. What other boards, you idiot? Nice. More stupid moe blobs. Yuri Yuri gets new season, but the actual best Yuri Yuri is still up in the air. My internet service gets cut off tomorrow because I can't afford it anymore. Wake me up. Get a job, you stupid NEET.
Yeah.
That was mostly for you, Disavian. Glad you appreciated it. Oh god, here we go. Prepare hot cocoa, sit on my comfy couch, put on my favorite mega Christmas sweater, see snow falling outside, turn on the heater, get my blanket, watch glorious Yuri Yuri and fall asleep when it ends. I am the comfy. I wish I was as comfy. Have work tomorrow. Enjoy the Urus for me, Danger U. Chorus. I love it. Well, that went well, mostly. Alright, here we are. Beginning day 15. I wonder how much time I put into this game. What does Steam have to say to it for itself? Steam says about 18 hours. Okay. And that's probably inflated a bit, because, like, leaving the game on and messing with settings and stuff. But I don't know how long this game actually is. Like, there's a chance that we finish it tonight. But, I've done everything I came to do, so let's go to work and see what the future has in store for us. Good evening. Hey, Joe. Let's have a New Year's party this Saturday. Isn't that a bit soon? Why? Did someone famous get killed at a New Year's party? Yeah, too soon for New Year's. No, I mean... Never mind. The game isn't over yet? Astounding. Sure, I'm in for it. Great. And Gil? He's coming too. I mean, it's not like he has anything else to do. Hey. No, I mean, where is he? He was escorting a client of his to the station. He should be back any second now. Back! See? So you coming to the New Year's party too, Gil? It's not like I have anything else to do, so... I told you. Word for word. Thanks, boss. We are depressing people. Oh, yeah. The kid from the other day, Gabby, I think you called her, asked me to give you this. Oh, no. This is gonna suck. I believe it's a note. Very astute of you, Gillian. A note? Gabby? Let's see. First of all, I want to apologize for my behavior before. Okay. I was still hurt by my sister's death. And it wasn't fair to take out all the stress on you, let alone put the blame on you. Okay. Forgiven? And so, it feels weird to ask this of you after how I treated you, but I really want to talk to you. That's gonna be a bit of a harder sell. I want to catch up, to chat for a while, and to do what you were doing with me before I lashed out. I want to understand this freedom you talked about, the fear that drove you to a fight with my sister. I'll go back to the bar on the 31st. I won't take much of your time. If you don't want to see me after all that, I'll understand. But please, I really want to talk to you. Gabby. Wow, that girl has a big vocabulary. Oh yeah, she's like 9, huh? She was always a smart one. The 31st is written in different handwriting. Oh yeah, she asked me when you would be here and relatively free, so I told her about the party. I also assumed you'd say yes to the party, which might not have been the best idea now that I think about it. Boss, I'm having second thoughts about coming to the party. What? Why? Have you not been paying attention to the conversation? Because I really don't want to face Gabby again. Now it's coming back to me. What drove me to never go back and apologize after all these years? Fear and shame. Shame because I know I made a hideously stupid mistake, and it's painful to face your mistakes. And fear of what they might say. With Lenore, we never broke up formally, so I was always afraid that if we were to meet again, she'd break up with me. What? What, you plan on never seeing her again so that she can't break up with you? That's a little... I disagree. And I don't want Gabby to tell me that she hates me to my face. Lenore was in the right to break up with me, and Gabby is in the right to hate me. Now you're doing the self-hatred bit. Maybe do that less. Maybe do that less, Jill. But I don't want her to. Maybe if I never see her again, she'll never tell me that, and... Jill, you idiot! Huh? No, that's correct. This is exactly what Jill needs to hear. You're thinking backwards. Didn't the letter say she wanted to understand you? If you bail out on this, she will hate you. Not only that, but you're getting a new chance here. Do you want to live the rest of your life running from another memory? Didn't you just say to Armitage that you hated feeling like that? How dare you throw my own words back at me? Just because I said them doesn't mean I mean them. Armitage? Alma, but Dana refuses to get her name right. Teddy Hacker. Also accurate. Alma, right. I don't know what happened when you fought with that girl's sister. But now you have a chance to make amends. And not only that, you have us watching your back. So I want you to think about this. One day of fear, or a lifetime filled with regret. Which one do you pick? Tough choice. Tough choice. Yeah. You're right. I hated feeling like that. I won't run away this time. Ah, the pep talk worked! Jill's finally looking at it slightly more rationally. Good, because I would have gone to your apartment and dragged you out of there if need be. Oh, Dana, you're such a good friend. Hey, boss. Thanks. That's what friends are for. Yeah. Anyway, let's start the day. Still okay with this mix. Cracks, Knuckles. Time to mix drinks and change lives. And I'm all out of lives. Seriously, though, it's the second note that has stirred such feelings in me. Second one? 2 weeks ago, I got another note in the mail. That one was from Lenore. Was that the envelope you took away from me in a panic? Yep. You haven't opened it? Oh my god, Jill, you're such a... Why not open it with Gabby? You're facing one fear, might as well face the other. Maybe. You would rather not know. Huh. You would rather not take the chance. Her feelings don't change whether or not you know about them. You really think it's easier to just not know? I hate it. I hate it. Jill. Jill, why? Don't push her, Chief. I'm not. I just know she's capable of doing all that. I'll go secure stuff for the party. Call me if you need anything. Keep it up, Jill. Thanks. Happy holidays! Someone's happy. We held a party for the staff and their children. You should have seen the faces of those kids receiving gifts. Nabbing that Santa suit at the last minute the other day was totally worth it. Santa dresses seem to have been popular this year. I heard they were sold out in most places. There are a significant number of things you'd be happier not knowing. Yeah, but that's more like... Alright. I mean, maybe that's gonna change from person to person. I know I don't feel that way. And even if I did, it wouldn't be a significant number of things. Like, me knowing whether or not they hate me isn't going to change whether or not they hate me, right? Now, if a letter is going to be filled with vitriol and I hate you and please go die in a fire and, you know, just like insults and stuff, then yeah, that's not worth reading, right? That's not worth bringing yourself down. That's just negativity. But like, on the off chance that it's not that, wouldn't you at least check? Wouldn't you want to know what was so important that 3 years later they sent that letter? You would always check? Yeah, see? You would always regret. Oh no. Okay. Okay, I see how it is. I see how it is. Happier not knowing, but that's not the set of actions that you're going to take in the future. I get it. I get it. Okay. There was this weird shortage of Santa suits, but luck was on my side this year. Sorry for that outburst. Why? You look so happy, I felt happy too. You shouldn't hide your happiness. Anyway, can you get me a cobalt velvet, please? Sure. Cobalt velvet for Stella. 2 Adelheid, 3 Flannerguide, and 5 Carvatrine. Ice, mix, deliver. Here. Thanks. Are you meeting with Say today? She should be here in a bit. She told me she wanted to drink here, and since I was coming here too. Sadly, I can't stay for long. I have some errands to run. How has she been lately? She's better. Her wounds have been healing really nicely lately. If only she stopped scratching at her bandages so often. What about her eye? Eye? Oh, hers. Sorry. You're so touchy! Oh, Stella. Hey, Inkling, how's it going? It'll take longer to heal, but as long as it's kept clean, there should be no problem. But to be honest, I'm more worried about her emotional wounds. She doesn't show it, but she's had depressive bouts from time to time. And who can blame her? Her life changed completely. The job she loved no longer exists. She was used as a disposable pawn in the whole bank affair. Afraid it will all make her go back to her old ways. Old ways? There was a rough spot when Say was a teen. Her mom's clinic was about to close. Then her biological father, who was an asshole, showed up. And the teachers at her school didn't help. Say is not a slow learner by any means, but her way of learning stuff is different. She needs equivalences to things she knows. You need to get a bit in her mindset. Once you get this, she's a fast learner. But schools don't have that kind of patience. They basically branded her a failure. She even dropped out. I would have suggested a special course somewhere else, but that would have offended her. She's always been against being labeled as special or different. Turn up the voice volume and turn down the beeps. I can tweak the music a bit. I actually can't up my voice volume. This is as upped as it gets, unfortunately. But I can turn down the background music. That's the thing I can do. I guess I could also turn down the SFX settings. Let me know if that's good or if that's... Oh, was it more the background music or more the sound effects? Because, I mean, I thought the background music was a little high, but I also think this is a little low, so it's like... trade-offs. Just the sound effects. Alright, then I'm turning the music back up, because I like the music. Whoa, that's a lot of music. It sounds like a phone ringing. Oh, okay. Just the beeping of the text. That makes sense. Anyway, Say was totally different during that period. Foul-mouthed, short-fused, always frowning, the total opposite of how she is nowadays. From time to time, I see that old look across her face, and it scares me. You're comparing her to her teen self, though. People mature. Maybe she'll show signs from time to time, but I bet Say knows better than to go back to that. I hope so. You get me something cold and sweet, will you? Sure. Cold and sweet. I think I've heard that one before. Alright, what has sweet and ice? Moonblast. Just Moonblast. Literally just Moonblast is the only sweet drink on ice. Okay. Moonblast it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 Powdered Delta, 1 Flannerguide, 2 Karmatrine, all on the rocks, and blended this time. I do like the blended drinks. Shake, 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 shake. For exactly that reason. It's such a ridiculous little thing, and it makes me so happy. Here. Thanks. Oh, Robert Ducky, thank you so much for the continued support. 12 months of that Twitch Prime sub. Wow, that is indeed 1 year. Thanks so much for hanging out for such a long time, and thanks for supporting the stream. Much appreciated. Welcome back to the adventuring party, Rubber Ducky. This is the kind of stuff Say asks for, you know? Now that you mention it. So, I take it Say's family situation isn't exactly fine and dandy, huh? It's a mess they've tried to fix over time, and I'm glad to say they've actually done it. Say's mom had a really abusive relationship with Say's biological father. Sadly, like many women in that situation, she just tried to justify his actions. But apparently, things got nasty when Say's mom, Miss Emmy, got pregnant. At that point, she had an epiphany, one could say. She didn't want that guy to raise her child, so she finally sought help. Things weren't so easy, though. How's it going, Mind Distorter? Before the authorities could take him away, Miss Emmy got a serious beating from him. She still uses a cane to walk thanks to that. Ow! That's not good. Whoa. Thank you so much for the bits, Rubber Ducky. Dang. 500. Rocketing up to the top of the charts. Feeling a little quackers. I don't think I know what that means. I don't even think I can guess what that means. She moved here, Say was born. She started a veterinary clinic. So did he come back? He was drunk and couldn't find any drugs, so he made it to the city. He caused a ruckus for a couple of days until Say managed to scare him off. How? She beat him to near death. 3 times. Say's such a badass. Say's great. You're quackers? Oh, okay. I get it. Watch those Roman hands. Sorry, I shouldn't laugh, but... Oh, don't worry. I laughed too. The dramatic irony there is delicious. God, when Stella looks happy, she's so cute. Like the smile and the twitchy ears. Stella's great. I like Stella. Now, I've been wondering, can you really be so calm in the lower parts of the city? I mean, the streets are not exactly safe. And a cat boomer is sure to become a target. Well, I have my security staff with me at all times, so there's no problem. Besides, this part of the city is, comfier. Come again? Sure, Uptown is cleaner and maybe more secure, but it's also too sterile. Around here, you can actually feel the warmth of the people. You feel they're people living. How about the jukebox? Hello? Music? Did I turn off the music? How did I do that? Is there a hotkey for it that I missed? Whatever. I think that does actually need to be a little quieter. Let's try that. I especially like going to a busy food stand. I feel a warmth there that Uptown doesn't have. It's also easier to talk to people. You finally came. Welcome. If you try to talk to someone in the upper part of the city, they either shrug you off or flat out ignore you. People around here are a bit wary, but they're also more likely to talk to you. Not that things aren't nice there, though. Can I get you something? I feel like having a beer. Make that 2. But I just want 1. I'm asking for 1 for me. Adding 1 to your order. Oh, that. Right. Oh, Say. 2 beers for the girls. I think I hit a button. I'm not happy about it. There we go. There we go. Here. Thank you. Thanks. Say, you should have seen the kids after you left. They were all playing with the toys you picked. You nailed it again this year. The way they were all asking, "Where's Say? Where's Say?" Why do they call you just Say when they call me Auntie Stella? I don't look that old. Don't worry, they still like you. Sorry I had to leave, but Mom worked overtime that night, and I couldn't leave her alone. What happened? Well, there were fireworks, and some dog thought it'd be safe to hide in a jar. In a jar? Like, jar? That doesn't seem big enough for any dog, really. The little guy managed to get his head and a paw inside before getting stuck. Ah, I see. It's not. That's the problem. And it was plastic, so they couldn't just try to break it. That's messy. She needed someone to hold the dog while she worked. Poor fellow was scared. Well, I'm out. Oh, yeah. We'll have a New Year's party this Saturday if you want to come. Sure. It's better than depressing myself with my dad's woes about the next fiscal year. I'll be here. Bye, Jill. Bye, Say. Careful. Please come again. You want to come too? I'd love to. I'll also make up for not coming last time. How was the party? Pretty nice. We played Truth or Dare. Had some fun, broke some glasses, ate lots and lots of food. Seriously, looking back, the amount of food was ridiculous compared to the number of people who were there. Better leftovers than left hanging, don't you think? Yeah. Also, we had the dogs. Can I get you something? Let's try something classy. Okay. Something classy for Say. It's probably a Brandtini. Or a Cobalt Velvet. I think it's going to be a Cobalt Velvet. Yep. Because Cobalt Velvet is the most expensive. On the rocks, and next. Something classy. Yep, this is the thing. Stella came in quite cheery about Sunday. This Sunday? Oh, yeah. Well, you know, her birthday is actually the 25th. Really? There's a weird story from when she was a kid. She heard Mega Santa's story and somehow she got it into her head that by being born on the 25th, she was the spiritual reincarnation of the original Santa. That made her start giving out gifts like crazy. Did I turn off the sound effects? How did I do this? How is this just dropping out? I figure out where I want it. I think that's about right. I must be hitting some button that's doing it, but I don't know what button I'm hitting. Spiritual reincarnation? Well, the story says the Redmond family destroyed Santa's spirit, and that Mega Santa was reborn as a manifestation of the Christmas spirit. She thought she was the old Santa spirit in a new body. That girl was delusional as a kid. Huh. Speaking of things you did when you were young, Stella mentioned she's worried about you going back to your old ways. Something about a rough period where you were angry or something. Oh, that. It's sweet that she's worried. But I won't go back to those days just like that, though. Even if I face the same situation, I'm more mature, you know? I'm not a teen anymore. Expected as much. Told her as much. Hey, can you get me something bubbly? Sure. Something bubbly for a bubbly girl. Aww. How about the bubbly, classy Cobalt Velvet? Everybody loves Cobalt Velvets. Here. Bubbly, bubbly. Hey, Jill, this might seem a bit random, but do you remember the first time I came here? And you left your helmet, and my boss got stuck in it? You're not supposed to know that. I'm not supposed to tell you that. Yeah, you're the second white knight I've served. I remember. Why? Precisely because of that. I've been meaning to ask you about that story. How was your other experience with a white knight? If I had to put it simply, the total opposite of you. Oh? She came here as part of her work, looking for information on some case. I went through the motions, offering her a drink and all that, but she came only for her job. At first, I thought she was just another private eye, but she showed me her badge and all. What kind of case was it? I wouldn't know. She never told me, but she asked if I saw some people. She got pretty intense when I told her I had no idea who she was talking about. I suggested she ask the vending machines outside, and they told her the suspect climbed on them. Whoa. Asking the vending machine questions. What a time to be alive. She got her info when she left. Pretty professional, if a bit intimidating. She seemed personally invested in the case, though. The way she lost her cool was suspicious. You seem to be pretty good at reading people, Jill. It makes me kinda jealous. Nah, I'm not good at that. It's just a coincidence that I noticed it. But you noticed it. I'm not good at reading people. Even if the cue was thrown in my face, I wouldn't be able to see it. I'm sure you can compensate with another skill. Any particular reason you asked me about that event? Not really. I just found the fact that I was the only other white knight you've served weird. I mean, really? Just two? Weird, I know. I've spent most of my life with almost no interaction with white knights around until I met you. Means you've had a nice life, then. That's fair. I mean, I'm not sure if that's true, but I appreciate the sentiment. That sounded creepier than I thought. A bit, yeah. Well, I'm done for today. Thanks, Jill. Please come again. I'll go take my break, Gil. Sure. Ba 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 ba. Day 15. Break. Good progress so far. A lot happening. Man, I might need more caffeine than the caffeine I've had. Let's go a little bit longer. See if I can survive through the end of this day, and then see where I'm at. It's now safe to keep playing. Safe for who? Wonder if I left food for 4. Music is fine. Okay, Hello, Dorothy. Dorothy? Dorothy's not chatting. Huh. You won't get through the bar anytime soon. You can stop walking. Ah, honey. You want something? The usual, I guess. Usual? The usual. Wonder what's wrong with her. Oh crap. What is her usual? There was a thing that I was supposed to remember that she orders all the time. And I gave it to her last time, but I don't remember what it was. Crap. I know Stella likes classy drinks. Oh boy. Oh boy. Alright, we're looking it up. Dorothy Hayes. What is her usual? Is her usual a blue fairy? I don't see any of this that is like a usual. I guess it's something girly and or sweet. So I can give her pretty much anything. And looking at this list, it looks like I have given her a lot of blue fairies. So maybe I'll just give her a blue fairy. I could give her a Brantini. Brantinis are sweet. Moonblast is sweet and girly, just like the Blue Fairy. Give her the Blue Fairy. Whatever. That could be your usual. I'm willing to believe it. 2, 3, 4. Flanner Guide. Optional Karmatrine. So I think we're fine. Here you go. Okay, you're freaking me out. What's up with you?
Hey, honey. How do you know what's real?
How so?
I mean, how do you know if what you see is an actual thing?
You don't? Context clues? Also, if you serve them alcohol and it just drops on the ground, then you know they're not real?
How can you tell if what you see around you is actually happening? What tells you everything is not actually a fabrication?
Ooh, you are in a real mood.
What tells me I'm not just a simulation in a computer?
And those ponderings brought you to the bar?
What? Oh, I'm in the bar. Am I?
Dorothy. So you're having a solipsistic crisis of sorts.
Solip what?
Solipsism. The theory that the self is the only thing that can be known to exist.
See? That's another thing right there. That word. Solipsism. What does it even mean? Where the hell did it come from?
Well, solus means alone, and ipsi means self.
Yes, but how did it come to be? Do you expect me to believe that a lot of people just randomly decided to make noises and decide, hey, let's make this noise mean this? It doesn't make sense. Words don't make sense. I've been repeating words for a long time, and they've stopped making sense. Why?
Calm down. That's just semantic satiation.
Stop making up words, honey. And then there's this counter. How can I be sure the counter is really here?
It is. Please stop tapping it.
Hold on, just making sure.
I should make her a drink. At the very least, I'll have something to throw at her. What is the most expensive drink I could possibly make? $2.50. Oh, I can just make her a bottle drink, which are all $500. Let's make her a drink. Well, I didn't get any money for it anyway. Stop tapping the counter so much! I'm this close to throwing this at your face.
Sorry.
So let's start from the beginning. Since when did you have this existential crisis?
Since earlier today, I think. I was remembering the good times I had with my guardian. But I don't know, it was all too sudden. I was thinking about everything that happened from a week ago until now. How much fun I was having, how much I loved everyone around me. And out of nowhere, the thoughts started piling up in my mind. What is love? What is fun? Are those feelings real? Is all of that real? Am I real? What tells me I'm actually in a body? What if I'm just some computer somewhere thinking it has a body? What if I'm just a human girl in a comatose dream?
What tells me that you're real?
Huh?
For all I know, I might just be a figment of someone's imagination. Or even just an AI simulation in some computer that thinks it's a human. I've been there, Dorothy. That existential doubt and crisis. That uncertainty about whether or not things are real. It was a couple of months only, but I remember having panic attacks and scratching my arm to feel something. But the panic attack gave me a rush of adrenaline, so I couldn't feel the scratch, and the fear got worse.
What did you do to get over it?
Oddly enough, I read a book. The Last Rain in the World, one of my favorites. At one point, I cried with the book, and I realized I was crying over fake things. A story and its characters. I didn't care less for them because they were fake. Why not think of reality like that too? Even if I'm a figment of someone's imagination, I'd still care about you. That's what I told myself, at least. It wasn't immediate, but that focus helped me.
I like it. Hey, can I take this drink?
I made it for you.
Thanks. Okay then.
Dorothy, I think you have a drinking problem.
Phew.
Why did you throw it on your head?
To feel something you made.
That face. Yup. And?
It burns. And itches a bit.
I'll get you a towel. That's the face, Desavian. You got it. Delivery for Dana's, oh, I've been here before. Who are you? Oh! It's this guy. I remember this guy. Mr. Mario, welcome back.
I have a delivery for Dana Zane? Who's that?
She's my boss. I'll get it for her.
Right. Sign here, please.
It's a big package. That's something Gillian is intimately familiar with. I wonder what's inside.
You should open it. If it's something perishable, maybe it'll need to be refrigerated.
Let's see. It's a wiener. And a big package. Yep, everything checks out. A really big wiener. Well, don't act so surprised, Gillian. Oh no. Oh no. Now Dorothy's getting in on the action.
Hey, honey. The big package had a big wiener inside.
Yes, I've already made that joke, Dorothy, but thank you. Jill thinks it's funny.
What will your boss do with such a thing?
I don't know how she'll cook it. Perhaps she'll chop it.
Honey! Seems the wiener's too big to eat correctly.
Stop! Alright, that one was pretty good. Good job, Dorothy.
Maybe you could prepare some right now? What do you say, honey? Do you want some of your boss's wiener?
Well, since you put it that way, absolutely. I don't. This is pretty good. This is pretty good. Seriously, Jill? She's the one making the jokes. And you're the one trying not to laugh too hard at them. Anyway, we all know if we dare cook this without her permission, she'll hang us upside down. She'll hang me upside down.
Hey, Jacket Boy, what's your name?
I'm Mario.
Come on, Mario, I'll buy you a drink.
Yeah, he might have another delivery, you know?
This is the last one, actually. I'll accept your offer.
Big wieners are a group activity. We should still ask Dana, though. Dana has dibs on the wiener. She might not want to share.
I'll have a sunshine cloud.
And you?
I'm fine.
Sunshine cloud for Mario. 2 Adelhyde, 2 Extract. Give him some Garmatrine. He's off the job. On the rocks and blended. Shake, 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 shake. Excuse me? Oh, I put in a bunch of Flannerguide instead of a bunch of Karmatrine. Ah, my bad. My bad. See, I did it again. Wrong buttons. Wrong buttons continue to be wrong. On the rocks, blended. Alright, this time we got it. Y'all ready? It's gonna be great. Shake, 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 shake. I still love that. Alright. Here.
Thanks. Hey, call me Dorothy. You can also call me Darling for the right amount.
And the sales pitch is on.
Yeah, Dorothy, why did you buy me a drink? Just to let you know, I don't swing that way. What way, Lilith? No, I'm a man's man. I like men, okay? Not that there's anything wrong with liking women, but... Oh, don't worry. I wasn't hitting on you. I was thanking you. Thanking me?
I mean, she was also hitting on him. But that's just, you know, side benefit. It's more like a reflex than anything intentional.
Your package let me see Honey here laughing like an idiot.
It's easier than you think.
That made me happy, and I don't know, it fit with what she was telling me earlier. I'm more calm than when I entered. Glad to help, I guess. Well, duty calls. Bye, Mario. Bye, John. Bye, Honey. Enjoy your big wiener.
Out with you.
She seems like a nice girl. I don't mean for it to sound like I
get it. Don't worry. You like guys. It's clear. Speaking of, you like motorcycles, don't you?
I do, yeah.
Have you been to the Motor District?
I spend all of my free time in the Motor District, actually. Why?
Is it true what they say about all the illegal races going on there?
You're not a cop, are you?
As far as I remember, no.
Well, I mean, there are illegal races, but there's also a semi-legal league going on there.
Semi-legal?
The authorities acknowledge that there's races going on. They don't know what goes on in them, however. Modified engines, casualties, substance abuse. The illegal ones end up being safer in the end.
Oh, dang. Huh. Have you heard about a biker called Christine Love?
Ms. Love, of course. Everyone knows who she is. What about her?
Is her gang as dangerous as they say?
I don't know. Nobody knows.
Excuse me.
They look intimidating enough, but the truth is that nobody's faced them directly. Moreover, nobody wants to be the one that got beaten to a pulp if they turn out to be what they seem. So her gang is just there, menacingly doing their own thing, not bothering anyone.
Oh. Do you want anything else?
I'll have a piano man.
Alright. A piano man for Piano Mario. 2 Adelheid, 1, 2, 3 Bronson, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Delta, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Flannerguide, and 1, 2, 3 Karmatrine. All on the rocks and mixed. A piano man! Here.
Yeah, this is nice. This'll sound weird, but do you believe in Replibots?
Is this a thing that you have to believe in? Replibots. There's the belief that some Lilim out there are designed to perfectly replicate a particular human. Oh, it's a conspiracy theory, I see. That someone or something replaces those humans with such Lilim. Thus they call them Replibots. You know a lot about this. I don't. It's in most magazines nowadays. Well, it's the first time I've heard of it. What about it?
On my way here, I almost ran over my neighbor. He just showed up in the middle of the street. And I say almost because he moved really quickly out of the way. Then I went to deliver a package and somehow my neighbor was there. Almost immediately after the whole thing. And he was there the whole time.
Maybe it was someone that looked like him?
He had the same looks, clothes, and mannerisms. Trust me, you know a perfect replica when you see one. And you saw the kid Lilim here. They can easily pass off as humans. There are even Lilim idol singers nowadays whose voices can pass off as human.
Oh, but Kiramiki's awesome.
They could be passing off as humans under our own very noses, replacing us little by little.
Man, you sound crazy. You sound actually crazy here. At this point in time, I really doubt it. Lilim behavior is a bit different. You can easily tell someone's a Lilim because they seem... How do I put this? They don't care about risk and danger as much as we do. They treat risks with a lot more leniency.
Still, be careful. Keep an eye out for uncanny doppelgangers. I'm leaving. Thanks for everything.
Please come again. What's your take on the Replibot thing? Do you believe in them? Do you? Not really. But I asked you first. When I was in high school, I had this irrational fear of aliens. I was paranoid that they would come. What would I do then? I remember I lost lots of sleep. That doesn't answer my question. Let me finish. After many months of fear, I reached a conclusion that might as well apply here. It's useless to be afraid. I'm but a simple woman. Wouldn't be able to do shit against them. So I'd rather live without being afraid. Because the memories of not being afraid will be my only solace when the nebulae crabs invade. That's cool. Good for you that you can just turn that on and off again. I mean, when the Replibots come. Jill, are you still afraid of aliens? What part of it's useless to be afraid didn't you catch?
Right.
Back. Did anything happen? I discovered I have the sense of humor of an 8-year-old. Did anything new happen? Hey.
They brought you a package.
Ah, yes, my curated wiener. It's curated now? Nebulae Crab sounds like a great band name. It sounds like a Stellaris thing. Which I guess is appropriate. Nebulae Crabs. Get that wiener, Dana. Dana's got tunnel vision right now. Only one thing on her mind. It's a gift for my folks. It was delayed in customs, but here it is. You guys want some of it? Oh god, Dana, you don't know how badly I want some of your wiener. That's a new one. Fair enough. Have some pocket money. I'm out of excuses. just take the money. Take the money and go. Is the wiener double-ended? Well, I mean, both ends of the wiener are... A wiener has multiple ends, right? I'm never gonna have 10k. Jill wonders if Maneki Nekos actually bring luck. Buy one to prevent her from getting too distracted. You've been chuckling since yesterday. Wiener. Alright, Maneki Neko, here we go. They say these bring luck, but its paw is broken, so I wouldn't trust him. Alright. Oh no, big yawns! You guys don't deserve this. Okay, I'm gonna do a save. I'm gonna go on break. I'm gonna come back and we're gonna read some Augmented Eye articles and some Danger U threads. We're gonna keep this going, but I'm gonna get something else caffeinated, and we're gonna party the rest of the night away. All right. So thanks for hanging. And I will be back shortly. In the meantime, Let me get you folks set up with some music out here. That's not the button I wanted. This is the button I wanted. And I will be back in a bit. Alright, I'm back. I'm pumped. I'm psyched. I am ready for more action. Let's do this. Let us continue to do. Pause the music in like 10 seconds once the song ends, because this is a 6th song and it's almost done anyway. Tiasu is a great artist. Highly recommend looking up more of their work. But we're here. We're back. Back at it again with the continued reading everything. Look at all this beer I've got. Alright. What is new in the Augmented Eye? First Space Colony plans to develop its own army. Even though space was imagined as the Promised Land, a place where humanity would start over, it looks like we're about to repeat our mistakes from the past. What a surprise! The first space colony, Shin Outer Paradise, is currently in talks to develop its own privately owned army, following alleged threats from a notorious terrorist group. How much you want to bet the alleged threats are made up by the people that want to build a privately owned army? We're discussing it right now, but the law is most likely approved. We'll have an army, and we'll defend our motherland from any terrorist threat. Alice Rabbit chimed in during a private stream. This terrorist group does not exist. There you go. Don't let the Outer Paradise government fool you. The only reason for this law is so they can have more control over the population. Alice Rabbit is in space too? Amazing. Glory to Outer Paradise. I'm sure it's a wonderful place to live, but immigration is very tightly controlled. Wow. Whoa. Woman marries anime pillow. Nobody is actually surprised. I remember a time when wacky stuff like this made a lot of headlines, but even though I'm reporting on it, I can't help but think how mundane it's become. I mean, we live in a world where you can just plug into the internet and live there for as long as your wallet can afford related fees. Lots of people get married in these virtual spaces. Thanks to new technologies, the traditional views on human relationships have changed so much that someone marrying a literal object feels kind of tame now. If the pillow had some form of intelligence, it might be somewhat different. But it's just a plain generic anime hug pillow. Get with the times, Grandma. How good with a tranq rifle the border control officers are? Well, if they're hiring a private army, probably not very good. Yick, the final remaster, leads the video game charts. The newest remaster of 2016's Yick, a postmodern RPG, opens the charts this week with 3.5 million copies shipped on its launch day. Other titles this week include new releases such as Hatsune Miku Project Remaster and Sting's Face Remastered. That's a lot of nostalgia. Full chart including lifetime sales. Yick, the final remaster, 3.5 million. Hatsune Miku Project Remaster, 1.5. Sting's Face Remastered, 950. Water Pro Wrestling G, 500k the squeak, 950k all time. Dang it, Rune Paul. Amazing. What are the chances that the terrorist group and or private armies being led by Georgie? Georgie doesn't fight. Georgie, like, if anything, Alice Rabbit is Georgie in this metaphor. Yo! We made it onto Danger U! I hope this thread has a lot of upvotes. Is it any good? I need a place to unwind after work. Work. Normies are taking over, huh? Everyone is a neat just like me! Anyway, place is cool, but the bartender could be a bit of a dick. How so? Never been there, so I wouldn't know. Is she cute? I can take it if she's cute. She's cute, but I think she's a bit full of herself. The guy seems a bit more of a bro. Full of herself, okay. I see you already had a conversation with her. Did she reject your advances? Nah, I just heard from the distance. So, is that a no? Kind of. I mean, if you're going there just to chat. I just want a place to chill for a bit and meet new people. Can I smoke there? Is there any bar from the BTC where you can smoke? Nope. Bummer. Well, I think I'm going next week then. Sounds good enough for me. So I'm full of myself? You are. Nobody's on my side. Even 4 has betrayed me. Alright, did I save? Yes. But also, I have saved again. And now it's time to do the thing. Alright. Cool. Yeah, that's why I have that command, Senna. Haven't used that in a while. Good evening. Yeah, Jill, I'm about to get firecrackers. Firecrackers? It's New Year's, right? We need some. Wouldn't firecrackers scare off the Yeah, good idea. Go ahead. I love Jill's thinly veiled hate for Rad Sheba and company. I'll be back in a bit. Even for a cat lover, you sure get excited about firecrackers a whole lot more when dogs are involved. I know how hypocritical it sounds. And I don't care. Ah, Jamie's here. Greetings. Anyway, let's start. Jamie! Jamie. Bye! Jamie's just gonna hang out with Gillian. Never gonna see him again. Time to mix drinks and change lives. And I'm all out of bubblegum. Ah, the guy that wouldn't come back twice. Yeah. Shut up. By any chance, did something fly over here 2 weeks ago? On Friday? Yes. There were lots of weird explosion noises throughout the night. As far as I understand, those were made by a flying drone or something like that? So it flew by here. I take it you know what made the noise. Let's just keep it at whatever drone story you heard. Right. The noise got annoying after a while, I must say. So it remained in the vicinity. I don't know what counts as in the vicinity, but yeah? Distant explosions all night. Interesting. So it didn't get far away. Now, get me a Mars Blast. A Mars Blast for the guy that wouldn't come back. Twice. Sure has done a lot of coming back, this guy that wouldn't come back. So what are the odds that the Danger You poster who was like, the bartender's a bit of a dick, was Ingram? That seems on brand for him. Especially the lying about trying to pick me up and not succeeding. Have a Mars Blast. Here you go. Wow, you didn't mess up. Sorry, if I may interject. You looking for a fight? Most certainly not. You really think you'd stand a chance? You're like half his size. I can fight dirty. He kills people for a living. I can fight dirty, says Ingram. I says it again! I can fight dirty. You don't scare me. I can fight dirty. You're a piece of work, buddy. Jill, please. You make me sound like a savage. It would be like me saying that you get people drunk for a living. It's not wrong, but there are better ways of saying stuff like that. You're right. Sorry. And like I said, I'm not looking for a fight. I just noticed you seem to like strong drinks. What about it? Well, to be honest, it's a rare sight in this bar. I'd even come to believe I'm the only one here who enjoys them aside from the owner. May I suggest you try a suplex next time? It might be to your liking. Yes, that is exactly what Ingram is, Senna. Like, to a T. Okay, let's try this suplex thing. Right? Let's give Ingram a suplex. Well, that sounded weird. Sounds correct. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All on the rocks. And next. Please enjoy your suplex. It's a manly drink. You can tell it's manly because it hurts on the way down. Excuse me. I have opinions on both masculinity and drinks. Good stuff. Like a less burning but punchier pile driver. Say, your face looks somehow familiar, mister. Call me Jamie. And you are? I'm Ingram. Anyway, I think I saw your face somewhere. Maybe when I needed to look for a specific file at... Did you perhaps go through a nanomachine expunge? I did, actually. Figured as much. Only a handful of people do that. And almost all of them are people with nanomachine rejection that feel oddly suicidal. So, why go through the whole thing? Rejection? Need to hide something? The second one. It's easier to remain undetected when they have no means to track you or your activity. I see. How does the expunge work? You lie in a pressure chamber and they give you a special IV solution. It causes nanomachine rejection while giving you the antibodies needed to prevent them from getting back in. For 5 hours, you're trapped in bed while a horrible pressure builds up in your body and nanomachines are forced out. They're like little needles all over your body. You feel them in your eyes and your gums and your toes, everywhere. And after all that, they need to implant you with a mechanism that constantly releases the same antibodies. Ouch. What are you having, Jamie? This is a gut punch. Should have figured. Hey, give me one of those. Sure. Let's give him a gut punch. Again, that didn't sound right. No, that sounds perfectly correct. Let's give Ingram a gut punch. 5 of D's, 1 of D's, and I guess some Karmatrine. I'll give you some alcohol. Here. Next time, can I see Manly in the dance voice? Alright, the next time it comes up, I'll say it in that voice. Yeah, I love these. It looks different from yours, though. No, I add a couple of extras in his, actually. So where's the antibody unit they stuck you with, Jamie? Inside, like all other maintenance systems. It can be troublesome at times, but the perks of not having nanomachines in the body outweigh the cons. And the rest of the enhancements? Were you reconstructed, or have you been adding them over time? Over time. Either by getting a much-needed enhancement, or through fixing injuries. I see. Well, it was a pleasure, Jamie, but I gotta leave. Nice meeting you, Ingram. Please come again. Don't count on it. You've said that 3 times now. You're pretty reliable, my dude. Once again, Jill, you and I, peas in a pod. You've said that twice. Shut up. Seemed like a nice guy. Wow, Jamie. How are you this, unfailingly polite when you kill people for a living? Right. I won't call him a bastard, but he's not the nicest in the bunch. Maybe you caught him on a bad day. Nah, I think you're just that good at bringing out the nicer side of people. What a thought. Oddly enough. That guy tires the hell out of me. Yup. He seems very draining to deal with. Oh, it's Alma. Good. We like Alma. Alma's great. Someone's in a good mood.
Give me a bad touch, will you? That way you'll be in a good mood too.
Works every time! A bad touch for Alma. Alright, a bad touch is 2 Bronson, 2 Delta, 2 Flannerguide, and 4 Karmatrine. All on the rocks and mixed. It's classy and vintage. Here.
Jill, you have such a petty sense of humor.
Guilty as charged. So what puts you in a good mood?
Oh yeah, that. Today, my sister was supposed to be in court for all the custody proceedings. Of course, not only does she show up later than her husband and drunk at that, but also dressed like she got fucked in the back of a parking lot. And to top it off, she forgot to even bring her kids. Luckily, my parents brought them to court. The judge assigned the kids to my parents for the time being.
So she really messed it up, huh?
When they came back to the house and Diana started throwing a temper tantrum, she said it was lucky her husband didn't get the kids because the angst would make her jump onto the highway. So Eva comes and says, "Then make sure it kills you, because we aren't dealing with you as a cripple."
Whoa! Whoa! That is both an incredibly deep burn and pretty ableist? But then again, like, Alma's conservative parents, so I guess.
And I shouldn't reinforce that behavior, but I don't know. Maybe it was the timing, but I've been laughing for an hour now.
You hold quite the animosity for Diana, don't you?
She and I used to be the closest friends when I was 7 or 8. We played all the time. We even slept on the same bed for a while. Then she turned into a teen. We stopped playing. She had other things she wanted to do. I could forgive all that. I mean, the age difference and all. But there is something in particular I still can't forgive. It was a day she invited her friends to the house and I went to ask her something. As I was leaving, one of her friends asked if I was her sister. And she said she had no little sisters.
Ouch.
I think that was the moment that finally broke the pedestal I held her on. I admired her as much as a kid could admire someone, you know? Little by little, that admiration wore off until we finally reached that breaking point. I felt betrayed.
And you haven't been able to forgive her after 40 years.
Hey, it's not that I still hold a grudge against her, but rather, the Diana who said all those things so many years ago is the same Diana that I know today.
How so?
She hasn't matured one bit. She's still as selfish, childish, and immature as she was back then. When you see her, you don't see an adult. You see an overgrown, horny teen. So aside from destroying any admiration I held for her, she's made sure not to fix that impression.
Huh.
But enough about me. How are you?
Everything's fine. Aside from this note. I don't know, Senna. It's probably Diana or something like that. Or Diana. It's definitely not Diana, which is the way I've been pronouncing it. If I had to guess, probably Diana.
A note?
Remember how I told you I lashed out at my dead dead ex's sister?
Yeah.
I got this note from her.
Let's see. Wow. She must really feel bad about the whole thing.
As do I.
So what's the problem then?
The same fear that drove me away from her in the first place.
Right. Give a Brantini, will you? There's a little story I want to tell you.
Right. Brantini. Alright, we can do that. 6 saddle hide. 1, 2, 3 delta. And a cover tree. Not iced, aged. Here.
This is the thing. Let's start. Boo!
Oh, hell no.
This is the story of a girl who grew disillusioned with one of her sisters. Soon, it became animosity, and not long after that, she distanced herself completely from said sister. With time, the girl would become attached to her eldest sister, looking up to her achievements. All I can look at right now are those boobs. Not now. Said sister would even marry the girl's best friend not soon after. And after the girl went into college, said sister would quit her job. The sister was worried sick about leaving her baby kid alone, prompting her to quit her high-ranking job. What if I hire your high-ranking lips?
Wow. Anna, please.
Shut up. The girl, even as an adult, felt betrayed. Her role model sister went against everything she held her in high esteem for. She was no longer a child, and yet she felt like a part of her had crumbled. Hey Joe, I can lift her sweater. Do you want to see? I bet you want to see.
Do I? I don't think I do. Alright, enough.
Enough? Shit. Peace out!
I know the girl is you, and the sister is your eldest sister. Please get to the point.
Right. The point is, if you don't face her, she will be heavily disappointed. She's trying to make amends with you. That must take courage. Lots of it.
Yeah, you're right.
My mouth's dry. Can I get a beer?
Right. Beer. And I am going crazy, aren't I? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. A beer.
Here. Thanks. So, tell me, did you and this Gabby girl get along?
Oh, yeah. I never had brothers and sisters, but once Lenore introduced me to her as her sister-in-law, she got so excited about having a new sister that she clung to me a lot. I helped her in her studies, read books with her, played with her a lot. She was pretty much my sister too.
I have to leave, but I'll tell you this. As both a big and little sister, if you don't grant that girl the chance of talking to you, I'll never forgive you.
Yeah. Oh, there's a small New Year's party this Saturday if you're interested.
Oh, sure, I'll be here. Remember, I won't forgive you.
Yeah. I'll go take my break.
All right.
Bah! You were here? You were quite absorbed in the conversation just now.
Jamie even said goodbye to you, didn't you hear?
Anyway, call me if anything comes up. Well, that went well. It's not every day you get threatened by Alma. That's pretty cool. Also, Anna's being a real dick for a hallucinatory ghost. You'd think she'd have some sort of purpose other than being a dick. maybe she doesn't. It's less chilly today. Jill, a kid's looking for you. Oh, shit. Hey. Oh. Ah, Norma. Whew. Jill panicked because she thought it was Gabby. Yes? Should I not have said that? Is that not... I don't see the problem. Thank you for the bits. Oh, Anna, the one that showed up behind Alma and can read Jill's thoughts. That one. And nobody else can see her. The hallucinatory ghost. Gotta get her entertainment somewhere, I guess. It feels like she should have a purpose, but you know, maybe not. Maybe her purpose is just messing with people.
You're back.
Oh, fuck you. You do know I'm not giving you any drinks, right? Crap, I said it out loud.
Yeah, actually.
So Anna didn't show up for most of the game, but she did show up right in the very beginning of the game, and it was made relatively clear that I was the only one who could see or interact with Anna. And then she disappeared. And we haven't had basically any interactions with her other than that. And then today, day 15 of Valhalla, she shows up again and is now harassing me during conversations.
I wanted to thank you.
Oh, she thought it was for her. Thank me?
Well, for starters, by not complying and giving me alcohol. Everything else would have fallen apart if I had some.
Aw, so responsible, Joe.
I kinda faced my mom and told her all about the pressure she was putting on me. And said I wanted to figure out what I wanted to do.
And?
Well, she didn't speak to me for 2 days. After that, she told me that it'd be a waste to spend money in a university just for me to not give it my all. So she told me to still go to the college course, but that I was free to explore.
Glad to hear that.
And, well, I wanted to thank you for that.
Me?
And if I just rushed headfirst into my original plan, things would have gotten ugly. And you were right. I would be hurting her for the sake of hurting. So, thank you.
Don't worry about it.
I'll leave before it's too late outside.
Be careful.
Aw, so sweet.
Shut up. Hey, Jill. Mind helping me here? Sure. Make a Bleeding Jane, please. On it. A Bleeding Jane for Gil. A Bleeding Jane is 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, blended. Spicy. Shake, 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 shake. Thanks.
Hey, Joe. Do you hate me?
Hate is a harsh word. It's not against you directly, but rather the fact that only I can see you. And also your sole purpose in life appears to be fucking with me.
Like I told you, if they wanted, they could see me.
And why can I?
You're the main character? Dunno.
What are you?
A cute girl.
Right. You okay, Jill? Making a lot of faces there. Yeah, just remembering stuff. You've used that line before, Jill. It's not gonna fly for too much longer. Could you give me a hand here and serve a beer, please? Sure. A beer for Gil now. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, beer. Thanks.
Would you lighten up if I showed you I can interact with the environment?
Maybe it'll spook me, but let's try. What? What? Huh? Anna's literally talking to the player. She's not talking to Jill. She's talking to me. I hate it. I hate it. Can I do that? Can I change that? Do I have a way to affect this? How dare you? Changing the skin. Can't see anything.
You sure?
Yep.
Weird. Nobody expects the Dorth Inquisition!
Thank you, Dorothy. This is exactly what I needed.
Dorth Inquisition! Dorth Inquisition! Dorth Inquisition! Ow! I bit my tongue!
It kind of feels like Darth Inquisition. Like, some kind of very over-the-top Sith Lord.
Can't believe I'm using the spare tongue so early in the night. Honey!
Hey, Dorothy.
I'm making a quick stop for a drink. Can I get a fluffy dream?
Sure. A fluffy dream for the Dorothy on the go. That's cute. I like that. 1, 2, 3 Adelhyde, 1, 2, 3 Powder Delta, and some amount of optional Carbotrine. Please enjoy your alcohol.
Thanks!
Oh yeah, before you leave.
What? Are you guys throwing a New Year's party too?
Yep.
Sure, I'll be here then. Well, I've got things to do, so...
You do? Who does what? Sorry, I sneezed. These excuses are getting thinner and thinner, Jill. Weird sneezes.
Anyway, I'm out for now. Oh yeah, Joe? Take care of Becky, please.
Becky. Who did we name Becky? Is that Dana? Is Dana Becky? Is Alma Becky? I think it might be Alma. And she was in a rush. Becky is Dorothy? Sure, I guess it's believable. Okay, fuck that noise. Fireworks are sold out everywhere. Oh no, we can't scare the dogs. I'll need to get them through more shady means. She's gonna buy them from the internet. She'll find them and put us all at risk of burning. I'll make sure there's an extra extinguisher at hand. Please. Well, I guess that's it for today. You sure you're fine? I am. Don't worry. Hey, Jill. Mind if I ask you a silly question? Oh, okay, I vaguely remember that. But I feel like there was somebody else that we were calling Becky. Just like... somebody had just assigned them the name of Becky. But maybe I'm wrong. You've seen my clients. You can assume I don't mind silly questions. Silly answers can get on my nerves, though. Which is why Virgilio is dead. Sorry, what did you want to ask? Do you know why they call them cat boomers? I mean, I guess their second set of ears look like a cat's, but... the word boomer seems so out of place. Not so much when you consider it's not them, but their parents who were called such. Oh? Let's go a bit back first. Jill with the societal history lesson. You do know why cat boomers look like that, right? Because they went through some anti-nanomachine rejection treatment while they were still a fetus, right? It's called the Yamazaki-Romanova treatment. Or was it the Romanenko-Yamada treatment? Let's call it the catification procedure. Love it. Love it. Ooh. I have a text log. I don't think I knew that. Good to know. It was not only the first successful genetic treatment on a fetus, but also the first way to fight nanomachine rejection. Moreover, that research had a bit of a rocky story. Funding got cut in the middle of it, at a critical point that could make or break the whole thing. Not to mention Zaibatsu Corp's record of not addressing nanomachine rejection at all. The rest of the research was funded by Maki Stengovich. The who? Was it Stengovich? Let's call him Stengovich for now. Jill's not so good at the details. He's a businessman whose unborn daughter got diagnosed with early nanomachine rejection. Stengovich funded the research, and in a desperate move, his wife offered herself and her daughter as test subjects. Of course, the experiment was a success. Of course! The girl, Sylvia Stengovich, didn't die. She became the living testament of a scientific breakthrough. But then, the story of how things played out for Sylvia got sensationalized in the media and created a weird fad. Parents made their unborn children go through the catification procedure, even if they had no ailments at all. All because one particular girl, whose life got saved through that treatment, became a media darling for a bit. A whole generation of kids with those cat-like protrusions got born. And their parents got called cat boomers? A generation of parents obsessed with those cat-like features. The fad quickly passed, but the term remained in use. Eventually, cat boomer just started being used for people with protrusions instead of their parents. You keep calling them protrusions. Why is that? Because that's what they are. You didn't think those things on their heads were ears, right? Sure, they can be moved because they're somehow connected to the facial and ear muscles. Thus they can move like a cat's and react to their mood. But in the end, they're just appendages with no real function. Huh. It still surprises me a bit, though, that the biggest mutation they get after the treatment is just that. Those ears are a small miracle on their own. People have been born with no eyes for less intrusive procedures. You really thought they were functional ears, huh? Let's say I learned quite a bit today. Thank you. Don't worry. I feel like I should apologize for talking so much instead. And keep in mind I'm fucking up the terms. I don't want you saying someone got protrusions because of a catification procedure. I'll keep it in mind. Wait! What? Yeah, the guy's name was Stengovich. Eh? I just remembered Sylvia Stengovich was around my age, and when I was a teen, there were some TV specials featuring her. And I just remembered that I had the biggest crush on her. Now that I think about it, that crush had me very confused back then. And did you need to shout just now? Sorry. In any case, I'm out for the day. Alright, careful out there. A perfect day! Look at how much money we made! Nowhere near enough to pay rent! All booze and no firecrackers makes Dana a dull girl. Oh, I don't have to buy anything else. Lucky me. Think I can make 3.8k in one day of work? Seems unlikely. Well, cheers. Here's to eviction. You've been talking a lot with that Alma girl. Jealous? Probably jealous. Birth rates decrease as the youth prefers Lilin company. Oh, really? Really? You're blaming the sex robots on the low birth rate? Sorry, other way around. Blaming the low birth rate on the sex robots, sure. At the beginning of the century, the idea that people would rather be with robots instead of other humans was treated as a joke. But the reality is that the convenience of these kinds of relationships have become immensely popular among Glitch City's youth, to the point where birth rates are beginning to decrease at an alarming rate. Annie Mae, watching you game. Annie Mae, a 17-year-old student, agrees with the general sentiment. It's just so much better than dealing with other people, you know? You could just make your own perfect partner. Oh, and sex is amazing! Don't even get me started. It's expected that new regulations will soon to be announced to address this situation. Agreed, Mr. Gecko. It's not really a time of celebration. But, you know, sometimes you just gotta accept the future and deal with it. Being only with Lillian can be tiring, though. Probably true. Wearing socks with sandals in public is now a crime. I like to say we have the freedom to wear whatever we like in the streets of Glitch City, so long as we adhere to decency rules. However, that's about to change. Glitch City's Department of Public Decency has declared that wearing socks and sandals together is a punishable crime. Actual laws? If convicted, the guilty face 3 days in jail as punishment for using that abominable combo. But what do you think? Should we wear whatever we want, or should the fashion police of high society decide for you? Whatever the case, I think I'll simply stick to the right side of the battle. Goodbye, socks and sandals. Yeah, right? A very interesting news article, and, solid opinions, to be quoted. BTC closing 40% of its bars in Glitch City. The British Trademark Council is facing some economic troubles in Glitch City. It kinda does, Mr. Gecko. It's a little out there. And it looks like they're on their way out. Blaming rising inflation rates and a weak currency, the BTC has given the order to disband almost half of its recreational businesses in the city. We can't keep doing business like this. Glitch City has a negative impact in our earnings, and we can't continue in the red, a PR representative told the Augmented Eye. Prime Minister Quincy, on the other hand, thinks the BTC is just too greedy. They make a lot of money already, and now they're crying because they can't have more? Give me a break. I like Quincy. Seems like he's coming at it from the right perspective. At least that one issue. I think on the whole, Quincy is too much of a politician. Any tips for a new friend in this wonderful land? Oh boy. Self-deprecating thread. Don't trust in white knights, and don't go out after 5 p.m. unless you want to get mugged or murdered. Bring a portable chair everywhere, you'll have to line up for flour, lol. Get used to eat what you find, shortages are getting out of hand. I've been eating rice with butter now for months now, but I guess it could be worse. Don't jinx it, please. I have enough as it is. So coming here was a mistake. Why would you come here anyway? Visiting family, but now I want to take them out. Do it while you can. Yeah, airlines are leaving the city, lol. Soon we won't even be able to escape. Whoa. Can I even get some weed in this crap hole somewhere? Yeah, I just PM'd you a good dealer. Oh, nice. What friendly folks on Danger U? Unless I'm mistaken, my grandpa lived here before they turned it into Glitch City. Wow. 3 generations of Glitchians. Everybody likes to dance. Dance! Alright, we ain't shopping. We've bought everything we need to. Let's go to work. It's work time. Thursday, December 29th. Good evening. Hey. Okay, so, we've got almost everything, but we're still missing a couple of things for Saturday. And so, I designate you, Gillian Applegate, as official guy who goes to buy the rest of the stuff. You've been working that hard on it, Senna? That's been your goal this whole time? Noted. Thank you for the bits. Oh. Applegate? This is my question also. I have no idea who that is. Why me? I could send Jill, but I wouldn't dare send a lady by herself. And I could go with her, but I believe the bar should have at least 2 people in the vicinity at all times. You're not gonna say anything, Jill? If it means not being delivery girl, I am happy to fake helplessness. Oh boy. Oh, fine. Give me that list. You like to set achievable goals. Alright, that's good. I'll be back sometime. Something tells me you're planning something, boss. What gives you that impression? Call it a gut feeling. Did you know Gil has a crush? What? A client of his. Girl that owns a bazaar. Bazaar? She's been coming on to him for ages, and he's only just started opening up. But he's taking steps backwards, and I'm not gonna let him. He's opening up, for fuck's sake. And so the errands will take him to the bazaar, I take it. That's right. Aw, Dana, little matchmaker. Huh. Alright then, to the office I go. As for me... Time to Drix Minx and Lange Chives. Gil with a crush, huh? This place, great. Alright, who is saying this? I need to know who you are before I assign you a voice. Oh, if it isn't... Oh, it's Miki! It's Kira! Miki!
Hey, Jill. Sorry, but is there anywhere I can hide? There's an unpleasant guy on my trail.
Boss! Stalked woman incoming! The door's open! Go ahead. The door to the left.
Thanks.
Hello there!
Oh, hi there.
The other one, that's the bathroom. Wait, what's the dog doing in the bathroom? Now where did she... Ah! The hellhole! Perfect! Hey, kid. I'll have the usual. Right. Huh. He remembered me after 2 weeks. Mr. Donovan's usual drink, huh? Oh, crap. Is it a beer, or like a pile driver, or a gut punch or something? What is Mr. Donovan's usual? It's beer, isn't it? It's a big beer. Okay. Was he always that way? I think so. I think that's pretty typical. Alright. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fill it up with Karma Train. Mix and a big beer. Beer! Here. This seems right. The paper's been a mess lately. You'd think with all that's happening, they'd stay and do more reports. But they're all asking for vacations, and I can't afford to be understaffed. So I had to come up with some sort of reward for whoever produces the most reports. I see no difference in my feed, though. Mr. Donovan, I don't mean to sound rude, but you do know the infamy of the augmented eye with the general public, right? A shitty page that'll over-sensationalize anything and report useless things? Of course I know. Then why not try to rectify that image? To put it simply, I'm being clutched by the balls in an unpleasant way. Zaibatsu Corp and Company have an eye on every publication they haven't bought yet. Report on them once and they'll find something to fine you with. Twice and you'll find your resources severely cut. Anything beyond that, in the best case scenario, is that they'll buy the damn operation to keep it quiet. I know there are more newsworthy things than whatever it is the lackeys picked out that week. But if I overstep, my ass is on the line. Huh. Glad to see this hellhole is still in one piece. Are you? Why? The BTC has been going apeshit closing bars lately. Oh, yeah, that. Yesterday, they closed one that served as a key part of a drug trafficking ring. Isn't that good, though? And last week, they closed 3 small bars that served as illegal chicken restaurants. Isn't that also good? I think it's only you, Senna. I don't see any problems on my end. Huh. Not to mention, there are like 100 people who have BTC certificates but never use them. Instead, they keep those credentials around to stop police from raiding their homes or warehouses. But illegal chicken is delicious. That's, fascinating. What does illegal chicken remind me of? It's a comic that I read where chicken was illegal. So there was all these, like... God, what was that comic? It was super weird. It ended with, like, frogs from space or something that people were harvesting because they tasted like chicken. So the underground chicken market served those things instead of actually serving chicken. And who was the main? I don't even remember who the main character was. Man, weird ass comic. Anyway, I don't know about you, but it's obvious to me that some restructuring will begin at the BTC after this whole thing. And shit ran deeper than I thought. And no news outlet talks about that. Alright, kid, let's try a moonblast now. Come again? Hey, even I have to break the routine from time to time. A moonblast, that's a new one for him. Isn't that the cute girly drink? 2, 4, 5, 6. 1, 1, 1, 2 on the rocks and London. Well, that's definitely mixing it up compared to beer after beer after beer. Here. Let's see what the ruckus is about. So... what brought you here? Alright, didn't you see a Lilum coming in here? Blue hair, big tits. And that shit-eating grin on Donovan's face. I'm gonna throw this drink at you. She's the one from the Encore concert coming up. Not really. Did she jump to the roof then? Why were you looking for her? Did you want an interview? Not really. Just hitting on her. Hey, I said hitting on her, not hitting her. Stop glaring. Jill, you are correct. You are a correct person. Why, though? Are you that bored? Don't you have, like, a family or something? Have you seen that girl? Hot as tits. Also, hot ass and tits. I'm suffering the weirdest combo of being hard as fuck and curious as shit right now. That is not my problem, nor is it her problem. Jesus Christ. Have a little bit of self-control, you monstrous asshole. I want to know just how detailed those king-class Chia models are, personally. And so you followed her. Now I've yet to meet a woman that can resist the charms of Donovan D. Dawson. What he's saying is he's yet to meet a woman. You're in front of one. And I'm guessing you have quite the selective memory. Yeah, charms. Like I said, don't you have a family or something? No wife, but that woman cheats on me as much as I cheat on her. Oh, it's practically consensual then. In fact, I'm pretty convinced she gets off on the thought of me cheating on her. Ah, she's a cuck queen. So that Lilim isn't here, huh? I'll have to find a busty enough replacement tonight or I'll explode. Wow, that's information I did not need. Nay, after you're done clearing, please serve me a pile driver. Please yet? He's finally figured out I'm actually mad at him. Right. Let's just give him a pile driver. Literally. Now 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Mix it up. Here you go. Pile driver. To the face. Alright. Well, seeing as she's not here, I have no reason to stay. Maybe I'll find someone that looks a bit like her. Woof. The guy left!
Oh, all right. Thanks for sheltering me, Dana. Hope your sister likes the video.
Nah, thank you. It seems you had a hearty talk.
Your boss is such a fun person. Her sister is a fan of mine, so I recorded a small video for her and took a couple of photos.
How nice of you.
It's nothing, really, and she did hide me, so it's the least I could do. But, well, we're here already. Mind giving me something sweet?
Sure. Miss Idol wants something sweet. How about a brand teeny? Or a piano woman. Give me a piano woman. 4, 5, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Here.
Thanks.
So, do you know why Donovan was following you?
I don't, but I wasn't in the mood to deal with him. His questions were a bit over the line last time, too. Not the worst I've dealt with, but I just didn't want to humor him.
I see. Seems like he was just trying to come on to you.
You don't say. Well, not like he'd have a chance anyway. I'm not into older guys, and I'm already committed to a relationship.
Aw. Figure. Wait, you are?
It's not common knowledge, and the ones that hear it try to dismiss it as rumors, but I've been in a relationship with my producer for a while now.
Really?
We were both single, and that kind of stuff is bound to happen when you spend so much time together. But it all started when he read an entry I made in my blog about wanting to experience love and the like.
Oh yeah, I remember that blog entry. It was a good entry.
He offered to help with that after he read it, and I thought, sure, why not? I already knew him well enough. It wouldn't hurt to try.
I love it. So casual. How nice.
He's a stick in the mud where planning is due, but he's a sweetheart otherwise.
I see. You know, I've met 2 fans of yours lately.
Really?
Both of them seemed so excited when they were talking about you. It was amazing.
I don't like the term fan too much. It strikes me as a bit pretentious, in my opinion. I have many fans doesn't sit so well. I like many people who like my music better. Fan evokes an uglier and more pretentious image for me. Do you like what I do, Jill? Do you like my music?
To be honest, I haven't had much exposure to your work, but the few things I've heard are really good. Oh, I don't think I have any of her songs on the playlist. Otherwise, I could play her song. No. I don't have Your Love Is Like a Drug on here anymore. That's too bad. That would have been a cool thing to do, even if it didn't result in anything going on. I can't change it, can I? I don't think so. I think I can only set it at the beginning of the day. Oh well. And not gonna lie, having talked to you, I feel like I would support you even if I didn't feel like it.
So nice to hear. Hey, this'll sound familiar, but do you have anything like tea?
Let me see. Something tea-like. If I remember correctly, something bitter but girly is fine too. Something tea-like. Something tea-like? Alright, let's go through the list. I feel like there was one of these descriptions that was like, kind of like tea? None of these things. And none of these are particularly tea-like either. Do any of these names seem kind of tea-like? Frothy water, maybe. PG-rated shows favorite beer ersatz. No. Doesn't seem like a thing, really. Grizzly Temple? Is there anything else that I would expect to be kind of like a tea? Have I heard something about any of these being based off of tea? I'm just gonna do the bitter but girly thing. I'll just make her a sunshine cloud. No, I could look it up, actually. I've been looking things up anyway. VA-11... Donovan. Not Donovan. We are looking up Kira. Kira Miki T, yep. Oh! I could have tea. I could just have an actual tea on hand. But I don't. So, no. Okay. It's a set drink that I could have bought and didn't. I understand now. Okay. In that case, a sunshine cloud it is. Shake, 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 shake. Here.
Yeah, this works.
Hey, you're a king class Chia, right?
That I am.
May I ask you something about your model?
Sure.
Are there any differences between you and a DFC-72?
We both serve the same purpose, but DFC-72s have the port on their heads, which makes them more versatile. My line lacks that or the resilience of the DT-01Ds, but we're a tad more polished elsewhere. More specifically, our voice emulators are more advanced, and our movements are smoother. A trade-off of functionality and power for appearance, you could say.
Ah, I see. So, anything new for this concert?
Well, it is an encore, so we're trying to make it the same for those that couldn't go to the first one. But we always try to spice it up, like maybe with a surprise song or something. There was this one time I sang a cover of a song by B-Link. Of course, in return, they sang Your Love is a Drug.
Huh. So you know the B-Link girls?
Really nice kids. You'd be surprised how different from their onstage personas they are.
Really?
Suzu, for example, can be really childish at times. She also laughs a lot, and loudly at that. Meanwhile, Aina is a party girl through and through. If they're not on tour, she spends her time partying like crazy.
Huh. Hard to believe. I mean, their image is that of stoic girls with little expression. Almost like living Victorian dolls or something.
Well, they wanted to pop out in the public. They once told me, if we want people to notice us, we have to break the cutesy idol concept.
And so they took the opposite route by becoming cool beauties with melancholic songs?
I wouldn't say they went the opposite way. The opposite of cutesy idols would be unkempt, tone-deaf girls spewing vitriol and hate.
Oh man, they'd be Nazi punks. True, I guess.
Well, I've gotta go, but let's have a sparkle star first.
Alright. A sparkle star for Miss Idol. I can do that. 2 Adelhyde, 1 Powder Delta, and Yellow Carmetrine. That's not Carmetrine. Reset. 2 Adelhyde, 1 Powder Delta, and Yellow Carmetrine. All aged and mixed. Here.
Sparkling. Well, it's always a pleasure, Jill.
Please come again.
Will do. Oh, the handsome bartender. Nice to see you.
Boss! Gil's back. I'll take my break. Alright.
Ba 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 ba.
Good day so far. So we have Stella. We have Dana. Is this Dorothy? And then I think this is Anna. Yeah, we're gonna fail rent at the end of today. It's gonna be great. Note to self, buy oil for that door. Well, now I get a chance at changing the jukebox. It kind of doesn't matter anymore. Alright then. Hello? Gillian. Gil, you're in my spot. Please. Oh, sorry. Also, you're cleaning one of Boss's chicken buckets. Did Boss ask you to do that? And if I told you she did, would you believe me? Without a doubt. Let's go with that then. Right. Greetings. Ah, Stella, what can I get you?
I'll go the Bleeding Jane today.
A Bleeding Jane for Stella. That is indeed a thing we can do. Bronson. Powder, powder, powder. Reset. Bronson. Powder, powder, powder. Flanner, flanner, flanner. Blended. Shake, 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 shake. Still gets me. Still gets me. Here you go. Thank you. What brought you here today? Waiting for Say?
I came by myself, actually. I was in the area and stopped by to say hi.
Oh. It's pretty interesting, though. When I first saw you, I doubted you'd ever come here again.
Well, this place is, comfortable, I must admit. So quiet and secluded. It's also clean. Really clean.
Gil is the one you can owe that to. The guy takes pride in how clean he keeps things around here. Does he? I think he just does his job. If you ever need cleaning staff, he's a nice pick. Okay, this is now edging into vindictive, and I love it. Really? He's a bit out of it today, though. I see.
Hey, Jill, have you heard of the new gold rush in the city?
Gold rush? everyone is paying small fortunes to get their hands on pieces of white knight suits. I think I heard or read something about that, but I'm having doubts, so probably not. Well, I haven't, so I don't think Jill has. In any case, how is it a gold rush? Well, the tech behind the suits was always safely guarded, but after the events at the bank... Getting headhunted as the help, right? Right? We're gonna make an honest man out of Gil if it's the last thing we do. Sorry. After the events at the bank, the suits were remotely shut down, bricking many of them in the process. Many units dropped their armor right there and fled when the lynchings went on. Any white knights still stuck in their suit had to take the armor off manually to run away. It all happened in the middle of the lynchings, so they'd be sitting ducks if they didn't. Some weren't that lucky. They got beaten up while they weren't able to move. So between the suits becoming glorified paperweights, and many white knights going on the run, there ended up being a lot of junk lying around. But the whole scientific community is rejoicing. They're on a race to reverse engineer the suits and take as much technology as possible from them. And of course, even single pieces of the armor fetch a high price these days. Could anyone see any profit from that research to justify those expenses? It's new tech, a whole new field ripe with patents just open for many. So I'd say yes. Does nobody have access to this technology other than, like, the government? If so, wouldn't they want to clamp down on that? Like, how can you just be like, oh yeah, I'll just turn this technology into something else? Like, how does that even work? That doesn't seem like a thing that would work. It was very confusing. Huh. I mean, the BTC is literally a conglomerate built upon patents and trademarks. I can see how. There is one weird case, though. There's this guy named Jack. He's the captain of a very unique Blitzkrieg Corps unit. Captain Jack? Unique. The guy had a really small unit, 5 people, including himself. The aesthetics of his unit's armor was heavily modded to the point that they looked like a squad of henshin heroes. And what? They looked really gaudy. But it turned out that the guy actually broke through the software and disabled the remote switch. He has one of the few, if not the only, suits of armor with the OS intact. To say they're among the most wanted people would be an understatement. You know a lot about this. It's interesting, the amount of things you hear when dealing with drunk people of all kinds in the same place. Is he from the future or the past? Who knows? I don't think they're time travelers. But, it also helps to put on a front that makes people lower their guard. That should sound familiar to you. True. Wait. Here's a freebie. A fun fact. The failsafe was originally going to involve the armor blowing up and leaving no traces. But regulations and laws didn't allow that kind of technology near civilians. I guess even Zaibatsu Corp has its limits, huh? People love to demonize Zaibatsu Corp because, let's face it, they're far from innocent. But they're not evil overlords, they're just greedy. They're just a big corporation. They were going to explode their own staff? And that makes them not evil? Companion to the Doctor was a time traveler before he was a companion. Oh, okay. See, I'm just thinking about the Eurobeam artist. I didn't know there was a Captain Jack in Doctor Who. They just so happen to have control over what tantamounts to a city-state. But corporations will naturally resort to draconian methods. I've heard horror stories coming from people outside the city about trying to use product placement. If you so much as hold a bottle the wrong way or get in the way of a logo, you'll be in for lots of trouble. And let's not start with theme parks and the like. Those are dystopias of their own. Then again, most of the demonization is due to Quincy being such a clown. He has no power anyways. He's just the front that whatever council behind Zaibatsu Corp chose. I see. He makes a fool of himself, and the attention is taken away from whatever it is that Zaibatsu is actually doing. Yeah. So what you were saying is that Glitch City is basically a huge theme park? That fits. I've called the White Knights glorified mall security in the past, so yeah. Huh. No, seriously. Hen what? Can I get a Brantini here, please? Sure. Let's give her a Brantini. The girl asks, and she shall receive. 3 and some Karmatrine, all aged. And this. Brantini for the cat girl in purple. Here. Hey, Shadowed. That kind of day, huh? So I take it you're in a good mood today. Does it show? A bit. Yes, well. I managed to nab a couple of tickets for the Kira Miki Encore concert. Nice. Oh, right. As it turns out, she was just here. Again? Sorry. Again? Can't believe I just missed her. I was surprised too. I was more surprised she remembered my name though. And like last time, she was quite the graceful client. Man, so those rumors about her being really nice in person were actually all true. I mean, you always want the famous people to be nice in real life. But having such backing to that claim to hear that she's so nice to everyone, it's nice to hear, you know? In fact, many think that's what made her so famous so quickly. How she's down to earth and totally accessible, making her someone everyone wants to root for. The kawaii Terminator look? Yeah, with the eye, it's real interesting. She's got quite the aesthetic. I see. Yeah, I mean, I guess you don't want to feel like you're supporting crappy people. Although, to be honest, I've never put much thought into that one. Hell, half the time I have no idea who made what I use, nor do I care much. Being a nice person will take you far, though. My daddy always insisted that being ruthless in the boardroom doesn't mean being an ass. And he has actually managed to get certain contracts over other more powerful people. All thanks to being a nice guy overall. Sounds like good advice. But more importantly, Daddy. Do you really believe me saying she was just here that easily? You're not the kind to lie about stuff like that, so sure. Thanks, I guess. That said, can you go to the concert so easily? What about security and the like? My dad always has a unit keeping an eye on me from a distance. And you'd be surprised at how easily I can disguise myself with just a different hairdo and a cap. I see. I wonder if I could get in the disabled line with Sei and her wounds. Although she'll probably nag me about if she doesn't need it, and we shouldn't abuse that. Huh. Hey, can you get me a classic drink? Sure. Something classic. A beer, maybe. Or a Bleeding Jane. Or a frothy water. Well, beer it is, because I remember how to do that. Here. Thank you. Do you have many servants around the house, Stella? I do, but they've been with us for so long, they're pretty much family. My dad has always said that if you can earn someone's trust, they'll gleefully work for you, and everyone wins. We even had a young gardener that left to study engineering, and he actually came back. He still comes by every weekend to tend the plants. Man, that sounds nice. Let me know if you're ever in need of a job, I might find you something. Thanks for the offer. I, bar's closing in a bit. I might take you up on that. Wait. I just realized something's off with the whole Tech Gold Rush story. What would that be? Wouldn't all that tech be patented anyways? I get trying to crack it in the first place, but that would be true if the tech was patented in the first place. It isn't? Zaibatsu have been so paranoid about making the White Knights untouchable that they never patented anything. A patent would be in a database that someone could hack and retrieve valuable info from. Not to mention they've been using tech from other companies without any authorization. And no patent registry in their right mind would approve of that global shutdown signal. Let alone how it immobilized everyone still inside one of those suits. So the ones that were upholding the law did so using suits that are by all means illegal? The irony runs deep, wouldn't you say? Well, we already knew they weren't so much for upholding law, they were more for abusing authority, but I guess that's fair. Why do it, though? When you have so much money, you start thinking you can screw around with the rules. All that power makes you think you're above every law there is. And this city is what happens when those with money start making the rules. This city, this country. I'm curious, though. Have you ever covered up any fuck-ups by using money? I think we've all done things we're not too proud of at some point of our lives. Well, Jill, I gotta go. Always a pleasure. Please come again. Maybe I shouldn't have asked such a probing question. Ah, Alma.
No, hello?
You're pretty insistent on that one, aren't you?
It's basic courtesy. Something I will fight to uphold. First the greeting stop, then saying please and thanks stops, and before you know it, boom! Total anarchy.
You're exaggerating.
Am not. In fact, I'll go through that door again, and I expect you to properly greet me this time.
The walk off. Not the fade, the walk. I love it. Fine.
Hello, Jill.
Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered weak and weary. Now we're ripping off Poe. Over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore. While I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as of someone gently rapping at my chamber door. "'Tis some visitor," I muttered, tapping at my chamber door. Only this, and nothing more. Alma's giving me looks, you guys.
You overdid it. You totally overdid it.
Quoth the bartender, I did not. I like Jill. I really like Jill's sense of humor.
So you like poetry?
I had a phase. Can I get you something?
Let's start with a big cobalt velvet.
Sure. A big cobalt velvet for Alma. 2, 3, 4. Flanner guide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All on the rocks and mixed. Here.
Thanks. Oh yeah, there's something I've been wondering about for a while. Does the name Shadowmaster 69's Chronicles ring any bells?
Oh my god, this is some My Immortal crap, isn't it?
Wow, you went pale.
No, the name doesn't ring any bells.
May 22nd. Today my daily card readings told me that I'd meet great change thanks to an old man. My biology teacher told me I had been picked for an inter-school contest with my latest essay. I just knew a scientific theory on the idea of auras was as revolutionary as I thought. Soon I'll bring the world into the occult science singularity. Later entries don't seem to have gone that well, though. Mentions of being laughed at, being lectured on why the essay was wrong. Jill?
I made sure to delete that blog! No evidence should be left!
I can think of at least 6 different sources off the top of my head that have all that stuff archived.
Why? Why?
Sheesh, relax. It's not that bad.
do you mean it's not that bad? Don't you realize how embarrassing it all is? Wow, Jill has a sordid past. We've all been young, Jill. Relax. It's not like you're still like that nowadays. That would have been embarrassing. You're not still like that, right? Gods, no. I gave up on the whole occult thing. It's just that remembering all that stuff is... I don't know. I like the way you looked. All dressed in black with a rare accessory popping out thanks to the colors. And now we know why Jill has the Raven memorized. Not because she's a fan of poetry, because she was a goth. I mean, at least you had the decency to use makeup and take care of yourself. So you have a pick. Oh god. You have a fucking pick. Why do you do this to me? Why do you dig out the sins of my past? I was bored. Last Friday, I had to take my mind off the whole Diana thing, so I ran a small background check on you. Simple stuff, just checking past internet activity. Please don't run background checks like that. I just used a search engine, you know? I didn't request documents or anything. What led you to the page? You do realize your main mail account everywhere is still the one you used back then, right? Like I said, relax. You were obsessed with occultism. I wanted to kiss all the boys. You still want to kiss all the boys. And I kinda almost accomplished that in middle school, which still sort of haunts me today. Never underestimate the lengths old classmates will go to track you down. Especially if they think you're still the girl that kissed them for fun and they're lonely to boot. We all have things we're not too proud of as adults. Now I know how criminals feel when evidence is used against them. How dare you use evidence? I love it. I have to ask, though, why the 69? It was supposed to be 6'9", not 69. Like in reference to both the lovers and the hermit. Tarot? I was convinced it meant wise choices. Jill, there is nobody that would read that as 6'9". Accurate, unfortunately. I'm sorry, Jill, you're literally alone on this one. I was 12 at the time. Even at 12, I fucking knew what a 69 was. Just how innocent were you back then? You have no idea. Well, let's sweeten up things a bit. I'll have a sugar rush. Sure. A sugar rush. Are they trendy now or something? 1 2-Adelhyde, 1 powdered delta, and some amount of carmetrine. Alright, let's get her wasted. That's not carmetrine. Here. This is the thing. Say, Alma, speaking of the past, what was your last long-term relationship like? Oh, yes, please, change the subject. That's sudden. You dug through my past. I've earned the right to dig through yours. Fine, fine. Long-lasting relationships, huh? Romantic ones, I'm guessing. Yep. Well, I've had about 4 boyfriends who I describe as such, that I've introduced to my family and all. The first one was in high school. I broke up with him because he cheated on me. I remember the other girl trying to pick a fight and me just saying, keep the fucker. The second one was during my freshman year. I broke up with him after he thought it'd be funny to punch me in the arm. He starts with a friendly hit, and before you know it... Anyways. The other guy I met shortly after I dropped out. He was interested in marriage, but he wanted to get married after only half a year or so of knowing him. And then there's Richard. Who? I spent almost 4 years with him. We got along pretty well. We had awesome chemistry, and truly loved him. But as time went by, there was a rift that started separating us. He just didn't like my family. He didn't. Moreover, he wasn't a family person. He distanced himself from his own and voiced that he didn't want kids. There was a part of me that wanted to believe, even if just for a little bit, that maybe he'd change his mind. Ooh, yeah, that's not a good place to be. But as much as I loved him, that one detail brought a growing gap between us. Yep, it would. Kids versus no kids is definitely a deal breaker. And at one point, I just had to break up with him. But I'm not here to depress you. Bring me a beer, will you? Sure. Let's get her a beer. Thanks for telling me that, by the way. Don't mention it. Really, don't mention it. If you do, I have this picture of you. Okay, one more question and we're even. Wow, you really are embarrassed of that blog, huh? Sure, ask away. At what age did you get those implants in your boobs? Jill, I love you and I know you're saying that in jest. But I've lived through so many rumors about me getting plastic surgery that I can't and won't take it as a joke. As such, and honoring our friendship, I'll just say this. They're real, and they're spectacular. Now ask the real question before I slap you. I'll grant you one and only one chance to call me by my full name as a compensation, then. I gladly take your offer. It's funny that you mentioned slapping, because my real question was, why did you get your hands chopped? Chopped. Why would you giggle over that? You are a strange girl, Alma. Well, there's a couple of reasons. The first is that I spend lots of time typing, and these replacements help me avoid carpal tunnel syndrome. Oh. There's other utilities, like how I can interface with many devices. For example, there's a tiny computer embedded in my glasses. If I move my index finger, it acts like the computer's cursor. Oh, that's neat. There's lots more, but they're small things that don't sound that impressive when I say it out loud. How did your family take the operation? They took it well enough, except for my mom. She freaked out for months. She even went to the hospital to ask for my hands. Don't you miss them? Sometimes, but just during emotional moments. But as luck would have it, someone else has them. Shortly before my operation, there was an accident on the highway. One of the victims was this young lady whose right hand got completely crushed. I told them to check if we were compatible and all that. I mean, implants are not everyone's first choice if they can get a natural replacement. A bit of cosmetic treatment and it could pass off as her original hand with no problem. Last I heard, we were compatible and the family agreed to the donation. Wow. I don't know what became of her, but I hope she's fine. And you didn't tell your mom about that? I didn't want her pestering the poor girl. That's completely fair. So are we cool now? Are we even now? Are we? You were pretty pissed about my comment regarding your boobs. Again, I'm sorry. It sounded a lot less rude in my head. Yeah, don't worry about that. Besides, I get to call you Julianne once. Now you don't. Huh? Why? You just called me by my full name. Are you serious? One chance, and only one chance, and you just used it up. Damn it. Ah, baited. Read the fine print on your contract. Surprise! Oh my god, Anna, please. Why? Hey, Alma. This might be a weird tangent, but do you believe in ghosts? Hey! Not particularly, no. Although there was this paper I read once that was quite interesting. It proposed a scenario where nanomachine clusters would leave the body after death, and then acted as a collective hive mind through residual brainwaves. The result would basically be an image not unlike a hologram. Of course, the hypothesis fell through because such nanomachine density is impossible in a body. Even 5% of the amount needed is enough to make the blood too dense for the heart. That was really loud for like a hot second. I don't know why. And it's not like brainwaves are potent enough to create those reactions. Still an interesting read, though. I see. Don't give me that look! It's not my fault that you convinced yourself that you're crazy. It is exactly your fault that I convinced myself I'm crazy, Anna. Well, I'll leave then. See you tomorrow. See ya. All done? I am. What about you, Gil? For some reason, the idol girl left him like that, it seems. You think? Might have been a while he was out. True. Hey boss, you're a fan of wrestling, aren't you? I mean, you were a wrestler, so... That I am? Why? I was wondering, isn't wrestling fake? Aren't twin tails for little girls and teens with 8th grade syndrome? 8th grade what? When you get down to it, wrestling is as real as a soap opera. I mean, you don't really expect a legal lawsuit to be fixed in a ring, right? Sure, in my ideal world, you would solve legal problems through good old wrestling, but... No, seriously, 8th grade what? But you don't go around calling soap operas fake. It's a show that just so happens to use fights as an expression. You might as well see it as a unique form of theater. Besides, considering the injuries many wrestlers suffer, it's not all fake. Huh, I didn't think about it that way. Sadly, I won't stand for anyone bad-mouthing wrestling. So now I have to go and break Gil's back to make you humble. Oh, what? Wait, what? Come here, fuckboy! Fuckboy! 8th grade what? Oh my god. Wow! Wow, I'm so close! Look at that! I have so much money! I'm 1,000 off! God damn it. If only I had not spent extra money on wallpaper, I would actually have it here. That's all I needed to do is not spend extra money on wallpaper, and I would have made it. Unbelievable. Garbage. Your rent contract is now invalid. Please vacate the place by February or discuss a renewal with your landlord. Jill couldn't pay her rent. This will distract her at work. The alley where you found me is pretty comfortable. Quiet you. Ooh, new Kiramiki blog post. What you got for me, baby? She shouted out the bar! The name sounds silly and a bit hard to pronounce. Good thing it's actually called Valhalla. The funny numbers and letters are just a code. Anyway, I visited this cute and small bar downtown twice after getting lost for a bit. I think the area was called Neon District? At first it was a bit scary because I forgot my way back, but once I got in there I felt really safe and at home. The bartenders are a bunch of sweethearts, and the boss was such a class act. I even took a photo with her and sent a video to her little sister. I look forward to visiting again. The drinks were very tasty, even though they weren't made of real alcohol. I don't know if I want the bar to suddenly become a fan tourism hotspot, right? That's potentially a lot to deal with. What do we have over here? GSF crowns new heavyweight champion. Glitch City's most popular pro wrestling promotion crowned a new heavyweight champion yesterday, with Giant Yusuke taking the gold from fellow Japanese wrestler Justin Liger. I thought Giant Yusuke already had the gold. After previous champion 66 American Kid was forced to relinquish the title due to a head injury, GSF decided to hold a tournament to find a new title award holder. Oh, maybe Giant Yusuke lost to 66 American Kid? Like, Giant Yusuke had it, and then 66 American took it, and then now Giant Yusuke won it back. The match ended after an epic 30-minute bout, with Giant Yusuke applying a massive German suplex for the 3 count. During an interview with AE, Giant Yusuke told us through a translator that he's waiting for 66 American Kid to recover. I won't rest until I beat him clean. After the Great Earthquake, salvage agents are the new rage. The Great Earthquake that sank large portions of the world 5 years ago also created an unexpected new profession, salvage agents. Summer Aki is one of these salvagers, and she shares her experience with the augmented eye. Seeing big cities like Tokyo and places like Caracas several kilometers below the ocean's surface, that's something that gets to you, you know? Millions lived there before the Great Earthquake, and it's on me to retrieve their memories, their lives. Aki is now working to retrieve items from a research facility in the Tanegashima Island in Japan. And Australia? Australia is a tad more complicated than that. Wow! What? What happened to Australia? Man, you're right, Senna. This is such a CSD line. What was the Only I understood what's going on. Okay. Ah, the Lilim regulations. That happens. All right, cool. The current regulations preventing Lilim from looking too human have been working well so far, but Glitch City's government is planning to create even more new laws so as to enforce robot-like features among the Lilim in a bid to reduce identity theft. Identity theft. The implication is that replibots are real. Glitch City, the first nation to adopt the current standard in artificial intelligence and robotics, was the first to allow robots into normal society, quickly giving them necessary rights so as to sustain a long-term experiment about their role in human evolution. Unfortunately, the first year saw numerous reports of identity theft, resulting in the need for more stringent measures. It is unknown what kind of laws we'll have in the future regarding their existence. But people look more robot-like by the day, too. No kidding. And nothing new endangered you. Okay. Well, time to do a save.